born with sun in our teeth and in our hair. When we get bored, we like to sit around and stare at the mountains, at the birds, at the ocean, at the trees. We have fun, we have fun, we have fun when we please. We wake up with the sun in our
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the NSEC, the original home of the Breakers. This is the Aon Nationals under-17s, the playoff for 5th and 6th between Waikato, right of screen, in the red colours, and Auckland in the blue and white. The Battle of the Bombays, both teams shell-shocked to have not made the top 4. Oh dear, it hurts. Waikato, so close. They lost to Waitakere, who are in the final by 1 point in a heartbreaker. They lost to Canterbury in the round robin, also by a heartbreaker. So Auckland, of course, have got the big. Now, the big 3 for Auckland to look out here. Number 34, Levitt Kerr, 6'10". He is bigger than Brodie Retallick. There's so many in the New Zealand media have no idea how big some of these kids are. The other playmakers, number 7, Sitan Tawera. And look out for number 23, Daniel Boyd, the son of Adrian Showtime Boyd, of course, who played in the National League. And, of course, his old man was the jester for the Breakers. So that's the Auckland lineup. The guards, River Dreyfus. Look out also for Mr. Gibson as well. The Waikato team, Akiva McBurnley Griffin. He's a New Zealand international. The starting 5 will include him, Ezra Smiler, Daniel Dobson, Junior De Jong, he's also a New Zealand international, and Caslow Evans Jr., who's knocking on the door for the New Zealand team. So both sides have at least 2 New Zealand players. So the Waikato lineup is out early. That starting lineup is Smiler, De Jong, Dobson, Evans and Griffin. The Aon Nationals battle for 5th and 6th, the battle of the Bombays. Waikato and Auckland, they've met in 2 pre-season games earlier this year. Auckland got the chocolates on both of them, winning the first by 1 point. There's Big Levick, number 34, hugging with his teammate Akiva Griffin, both play for New Zealand. Sitan, number 7 for the Auks, number 23, Daniel Boyd. Also on the court for the Auks, Caleb Landon, number 6. And number 22, Kia. So set for a start, the playoff for 5th and 6th. Both of these teams desperately wanted to go all the way. There's been some tears, I tell you, from both teams. Akiva Griffin gets the rebound, gives it to Dan Dobson. We're underway, the Aon Nationals, the playoff for 5th and 6th. We've seen some fantastic ball throughout this tournament. Dan Dobson on the right edge, banking in, Dobson. Puts it off the glass. Oh, Dan Dobson with the opening bucket. 2 points, Waikato up. First term. Bring it up for Auckland is Sitan. This kid is hot. When he lights up, look out, Daniel Boyd. From the right wing. Kia couldn't convert. Caslow Evans. Griffin at the top. Thought about 3. Oh, got caught for the travel. Oh, gee, these referees are fastidious. Ha! I've seen worse footsteps than that not being called. All right, 2-zip. Waikato lead. Kia across to Daniel Boyd. At the top, Sitan looking to drive in. Got Ezra in his face. Inside ball. Putting up the shot. Here's the big 6'10" scale layup underneath. Levitt Kerr, 2-all. This kid, as I said, is bigger than Brodie Retallick. Remember the name, Kerr. Back door. Evans with the layup, gets hammered. He'll go to the stripe. Caslow Evans Jr., of course, his father, Caslow Sr., the coach of the Waikato team. Rims out, no love for Caslow. And he converts the second. Waikato up 3-2. Early days in the first. Sitan to bring it up. As I said, these kids both desperately wanted, both teams wanted to be in the top 4. Having to play for 5th and 6th. Sitan, Daniel Boyd driving baseline with a little mid-range jumper. Daniel Boyd. Auckland now lead 4-3. Dobson on board with Evans. Kicks it out to Ezra Smiler. Auckland caught with the push inside. 22, Kia checks out for Auckland. Coming in is River Dreyfus for the Blue and Whites. 4-3, Auckland in front by a point. First term, the Aon Nationals under-17s. Here's De Jong from the top, rims out. Levick, the Skylab, drags in another board. How are Waikato going to deal with the Skylab? Boyd, inside to Satan, drives into Griffin. Banks it off the glass, Caleb Lendon. Auckland leading 6-3. First quarter. Here's Evans driving in, the little floater banks it off the window. The gap back to 1, 6-5, Auckland in front by 1. Here's Griffin, behind the back dribble, bangs into Boyd, gets a bit of Ren love. Waikato hit the front, 7-6. Coming up the 3-minute mark in the first quarter. You know these two. There's no love lost between these two bitter rivals. Satan with the little floater, beautiful. Exquisite underneath from Satan. 8-7, the Hawks back in front by 1. Oh, from the perimeter. From the right edge, Caslow Evan drains the 3. Waikato 10-8. Satan, pump fake, drives inside, whistle. Well, he's got called for the charging foul there from the referee. Drove inside, a little bit too much offensive aggression. 10-8, Waikato up by 2. The Aon Nationals under-17s. Of course, the big one this afternoon, the grand final between Waitakere and Canterbury. Oh, Levick! As Evans drove, Levick, the 6'10" lever, said, give it to me. Major rejection from the Skylab. Levick feeding inside. There's Daniel Boyd underneath. Rims out. Levick, oh, couldn't get a piece of it. Oh, lolly scramble in the end. It's Waikato ball. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Aon Nationals, the under-17s, Waikato versus Auckland for the playoff of 5th and 6th. Junior De Jong driving to the hoop. De Jong off the window. Waikato extend their lead 12-8. The New Zealand International with 2 points. Here's Satan driving in, kicks it out to the Skylab. Levick Kerr with the little floater. 12-10. Of course, last night, Waikato demolished Auckland B by 50 points, and Auckland A accounted for Tauranga by 20. Here's Dan Dobson at the top, spin move, Dobson, fade away, wide drop, Levick pulls in another board for Auckland. Satan on the right edge, feeding Levick at the top. Daniel Boyd. Boyd just opened up the mid-range jumper. Rebound, Griffin. Dobson to Evans. Evans driving hard. Evans looking to go. Oh, the over shoulder. Dobson tried to get a piece of it. Rebound, Auckland. Here's Daniel Boyd. He's going to pop from 3 from the right elbow. Got it. Daniel Boyd. Waikato. Where was the transition defense there? Auckland in front, 13-12. Griffin, the New Zealand International, 6'7". Oh, no one in front of him. Griffin. Driving to the hoop, Waikato will inbound. No, we're going to go to the stripe instead. Pushing. So Daniel Boyd checks out, number 23, coming in for Auckland is Samuel Chan. And Big Levick will have a break as well. Coming in for the Hawks, number 51, Oliver Gibson. Also on the floor for Auckland, Toby Caldwell. Here's Ezra Smiler. Underneath. Griffin banks it off the window. Waikato back in front, 14-13, 4 minutes remaining in the first term. Nothing in it between these two teams. The playoff for 5th and 6th at the Auckland Nationals, court number 2 here at the NSEC. Driving underneath into the big. Number 6, Caleb Landon with the 2-pointer. Auckland back in front. The lead seesawing a number of occasions in this first game. We expected nothing less. There was only 1 point in one of the preseason games back in March. Oh, there's Junior De Jong, drains the 3. Waikato up, 17-15. The perimeter shooting from both teams started to hot up. Here's Satan at the point. Drives into Bloody Lowe's lane. Looks to kick it out. Whistle. Yeah, so the games later on today, the girls' final between Waikato and Hutt Valley live, 3 o'clock, and then the boys under 17, Canterbury, Waitakere. That's live from 4:30, tip-off at 4:45. Satan to inbound for the Aucklanders. Feeds inside. Daniel Dobson, no, it was De Jong with the rebound. Run and gun. Here's Ezra Smiler with the easy layup. Waikato extend their lead to 4. 19-15, 3:22 remaining in the first. Samuel Chan. Oh, couldn't feed Daniel Boyd. Turnover, Waikato possession. So Coach Caslow Evans Jr. Coach Caslow Evans wants to have a timeout. We'll talk to the boys. So Waikato, good start, 19-15. They're 2 New Zealand internationals. Having a bit of a say in the early term of this game. There's Caslow Senior. He's quite an animated chap, as most of the coaches are. Next to him, of course, is Ruben Waihi. His daughter is playing in the girls' final at 3 o'clock, Waikato against Hutt Valley. Now the Auckland bench, the Auckland coach is Jason Crummer. A lot of talk about the Auckland team. The Auckland B side is actually bigger. You take out Levitt Kerr and the Bs have got more bigs, but Auckland coach Jason Crummer decided to go for more guards. Crummer remonstrating with his team down by 4. Got plenty to say, both coaches. So our coverage also today will include the 3rd and 4th playoff, now 12:30. It's the under-17 boys between Wellington and Harbour. And at 10:45, straight after this game, we've got the 3rd and 4th playoff for the under-17 girls between Otago and Harbour as well. Of course, the coach for the under-17 girls, we're talking about Dylan Boucher, the Breakers man, who's doing wonderful things for the Breakers. A lot of excitement with these hotshot American kids skipping college coming to the Breakers and the Australian National League as well. Waikato up by 4, 3:14 remaining in the first. Here's Caslow Evans bringing it up for the Mulu men, who haven't beaten Auckland this year. Evans feeds inside, De Jong underneath. Back door, Auckland caught napping. Waikato extend their lead to 21-15, 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Satan. Samuel Chan. Back to Satan. Daniel Boyd on the wing. Satan from downtown. Loose ball. Picked up by Chang. Trapped in the corner. Auckland. On board from Caleb Landon to Chan. Here's Daniel Boyd from the left edge. No love. Rims out. Picked up by the rebound by Griffin. Here's Evans driving inside. Daniel Dobson goes to the paint. He gets hit inside. Dan Dobson will go to the strike. 21-15. Dan Dobson in that game against Waitakere, where Waikato lost 67-66. Cop one in the mush, blood everywhere. You don't see too many blood bins, but Dan's had a blood bin already this tournament. Gets a bit of love off the front rim and then off the backboard. Waikato 22, Auckland 15, the margin 7. Dobson from Hamilton Boys High, one of 4 Hamilton Boys High players in the Waikato team in this class of 2019. Waikato extend their lead 23-15. 2 minutes 20 remaining until the end of the first quarter. Satan directing traffic. Dan Boyd running the baseline. He's the one clocking up the miles. Boyd back to Satan. Satan at the edge. Here's Boyd. Satan feeding inside. Number 12 backs it off the glass for Auckland. Cody Brown. Auckland, much needed bucket. Reduce the gap to 6 points. Evans, here's Smiler. Feeding Dan Dobson. Banking in on Daniel Boyd. The two Daniels go to head. Here's a keeper. Spin move. Beautiful from Akiva Griffin. The New Zealand international extends Waikato's lead to 8. 25-17. Griffin's the 6'7" big for Waikato. Of course, Levick Kerr, 6'10" for Auckland. Big Levick's not on the court at the moment for the Auks. Driving inside. Oh, look at this. Double team. Great defense. Samuel Chan. It's a lolly scramble. Thumb ball. Which way is the cone pointing? Great defense, Waikato. And it's going to go Waikato's way. No, Auckland's way. We can't see which way the cone's pointing. So the Auks inbounding as Caleb landed. Auckland need to make something happen. The margin 8 points. It wasn't long, but there's Big Levick Kerr, the 6'10", checks back in for the Auks. Cody Brown to inbound for Auckland. .125 remaining in the first. Waikato's biggest lead of the morning so far. Here's Satan. Going to have a pop from downtown. Oh, the perimeter shooting from Satan's gone cold. Here's Dan Dobson. Evans at the point. Akiva Griffin. The 6'7"'s going to have a crack. Dobson got a piece of it. Ezra Smiler picks up the drinks for Waikato. Smiler driving in. Smiler! Gets hammered underneath. Smiler just spent a month in America. So these kids going all around the globe to develop. He's another one knocking on the New Zealand door. And that's why it's been so disappointing for Waikato. They just happen to be on the wrong side of the draw. They're the closest anyone's got to our two finalists, and yet they're not in the semis. That's the quirk of the draw. Two from two for Ezra. Waikato up by 10, the biggest lead of the game so far. Checking out Satan, and checking in is Kia. So Kia will run the point for the Auks. Chan. At the top, here's Daniel Boyd. Levick on board. Driving to the... Well, no love for Kia. Auckland gone a bit cold. Oh, Caslow got some treatment. Dan Dobson. Back to Kiva Griffin, thought about three, drives into the paint. The two bigs banging into each other, two New Zealand teammates. Beautiful bucket, exquisite from Kiva Griffin. Waikato up by 12, 29-17. We've got 22 seconds remaining, one last position for the Auks. They go to the Skylab, 6'10". Levick Kerr banging in on his New Zealand teammate. Oh, Griffin won that battle, got the rebound. Less than 10 seconds remaining. What can Waikato cook up here? Evans got the screen from De Jong. Evans spin mode feeds. Griffin underneath. He'll go to the stripe just as the clock ran out. Pushing foul on the Aucklanders. And Griffin, a chance to add 2 more points before the quarter time break. 29-17. No love for Griffin. The last play of the first quarter here at the Ion Nationals at the NSEC, Auckland's North Shore. The under-17s play off for 5th and 6. The Battle of the Bombays. And Griffin completes the first quarter for Waikato. They have a 30-point buffer. They lead by 30 points to 17. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter. Waikato 30, Auckland 17. Welcome back to the Aon Nationals, the NSEC, the original home of the Breakers on Auckland's North Shore. This is the 5th and 6th playoff between the Waikato in the red colours and Auckland in the blue and white. The Battle of the Bombays. Waikato leading by 30 points to 17. Really interesting to see how the New Zealand internationals are going. Of course, for Waikato, Akiva Griffin, the 6'7" big, up against the Auckland Skylab 6'10" Levitt Kerr. Satan's been a little bit quiet, the Auckland point guard. The other New Zealand international in this game is for Waikato. That is Junior De Jong, number 14 for the Reds. So just having a quick look at our program throughout the day. Straight after this game, we've got the girls playoff for 3rd and 4th between Otago and Harbour. And of course the Harbour coach is Dylan Boucher. And then the boys playoff for 3rd and 4th between Wellington and Harbour also. That's at 12:30. The girls final at 3 o'clock between Waikato and Hutt Valley. And then the boys final under 17 between Canterbury, the Ed Book coached Canterbury, against Waitakere. Waikato up by 13, second quarter. Evans drives, baseline, kicks it out to De Jong, no love for him. Oh, Smiler had it, lost it. Auckland ball. There's Keir for the Auks. Inside to Boyd, picked up by De Jong. Loose ball, fast break. Here's Caslow Evans. Auckland get punished. 32-15, 15 points to spread. Waikato. This wasn't expected. From the top, Keir, wide drop, loose ball. Daniel Dobson picks up the rebound for Waikato. Evans. Griffin. Goes inside, Griffin draws the foul, and one. Oh, Waikato starting to dominate. Akiva Griffin to the strike. 32-17. Big Levitt Kerr checks out. Oliver Gibson checks back in. Waikato are finding a way around the Skylab. Griffin's chance to convert the three-point play. Well done, Akiva. Waikato up 35-17, the margin 18 points. What can Auckland do here? Keir. Runs into Smiler. Keir lost the handle, got it back. Daniel Boyd, bounce pass underneath. Kicks it out. Daniel Boyd for three. Wide drop. De Jong picks up the rebound. Evans. Ezra Smiler fakes underneath. Oh, missed the layup. Smiler got his own rebound. Dan Dobson banks in. Got some traffic. Called for the charging foul. Dan Dobson. No bucket. So Caleb Landon will inbound for Auckland. They got to do something. 18 points. Less than 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Sitar. The Auks a bit shell-shocked. Daniel Boyd. Here's Sitar, thought about three. Kicks back out to Boyd. Boyd. Caleb Landon rolls round the hoop. Landon gets a precious bucket for the Auks. 35-19. Griffin, De Jong. Drives in, De Jong with a little floater. Gets his own ball back. Oh, rejected by Gibson. Caleb Landon will inbound for Auckland. 35-19, the Aon Nationals. What a wonderful tournament. It's great to see some of the great players of the National League from yesteryear. We've talked about Dylan Boucher, of course. Great to see Tony Webster, one of the icons of the 1990s. He was coaching Tauranga B. Even Tane Randall, the former All Black skipper's here. He's following his son with the Hawke's Bay team. Ed Book, of course, the Former Tall Black, the naturalised American 7-footer, he's coaching Canterbury. So wonderful to see these familiar faces from the 80s and 90s now giving back to the sport. Here's Griffin, goes baseline, bangs it off the glass. Akiva Griffin, 37-19. Waikato up by 18. Satan, he's got Smiler in front of him. Here's Daniel Boyd, puts up the little floater. Boyd converts. Auckland hit 20. 37-21, the margin 16. Evans, Griffin. Found Evans back door, loses the handle. Daniel Boyd picks up. Satan. Gustav Satan goes to the hoop. Got the love off the glass. Well done, Satan. 37-23, the margin 14. A little bit of show and go from the Auckland point guard. Griffin on the right edge, rims out. Caleb Armstrong, big Caleb checked in for Waikato, number 12, the power forward. 37-23, 6:21 remaining till half time. What can Auckland do? They're going to have a think about it. Coach Jason Crum has seen enough, he wants to talk. Waikato just dominating at both ends. Skylab Levitt Kerr's been a bit quiet in this quarter. Here's Caslow Senior talking to his troops. Dan Dobbs is the one that's got the towel over his head. 15 big Jericho to Noah Chase, 6'5". We should see him in the second half for Waikato. Number 7, Brodie Robinson, his brother Cale played in the under-19s nationals for Waikato. Here's the Auckland team. Boy, they've got some catch-up to do. Down by 14, and we've still got the best part of 6 minutes 20 until half-time. What's Coach Crummer going to cook up? So these two teams met in the pre-season. Auckland won the first by 1. That was in St Kitts. Both teams weren't at full strength, and the Aucklanders came down to the peak in Hamilton. And she was even Stevens right up to the fourth quarter until Waikato got into foul trouble. So in the two games between these two teams, Auckland have won both. This is the playoff for the 56 Nationals, and for the first time both teams will be full strength when they go head-to-head. Checking in for Auckland, number 31, Toby Caldwell. Bringing it up for the Auks will be Sitar. Caldwell. Rivers gives it to the big inside, number 51, Gibson. Oh, loose ball. Came off the fingers of Caleb Landon, so Waikato will inbound. Here's De Jong. Feeds Ezra Smiler. Got Corbell in his face. Smiler driving in. De Jong on the edge. Here's big Caleb Armstrong. Got stripped by Caleb Landon. Sujan with the finger roll underneath. Draws the foul. Waikato 37-23. If you've just joined us, welcome to our live coverage of the Aon Nationals. This is the playoff for 5th and 6th. Of course, the two grand finals to happen a little later today. 3 o'clock, the girls under 17s between Waikato and Hutt Valley. And our live coverage of the boys under 17s starts at 4:30 between Canterbury and Waitakere. We've also got the 3rd and 4th playoffs to come after this one. No love for Satan, the board by Akiva Griffin. Caslow Evans got the back screen from Griffin. Here's Caleb Armstrong underneath, converts. That was a unique screen from Griffin. Love that. Sitar. Caldwell. drives in on De Jong, Caldwell. De Jong got a piece of it, picked up by Griffin, outlet pass. Oh, behind the back dribble from Smiler to Evans. Evans spin move. Oh, great D from the Orcs. Loose ball picked up by Kalen Armstrong. He loses the handle. Here's Satan. Satan draws the foul from Evans. "16-point margin. No one was expecting this. Waikato have been clinical. Satan to go to the line. Auckland need to do something. They need to get to run happening before half-time. Satan from the stripe reduces the gap. It's now 39-25. Oh, stripped. Got it back though, Waikato. Evans for three from the left edge. Rims out. Evans gets his own rebound. Auckland with the zone. The screen set by Armstrong. The pass was intended for Armstrong, picked up in the hands of Junior De Jong. And the New Zealand international delivers from the right edge. Waikato another three-pointer. They hit 40, 42-25. Caldwell for the Orcs. Back to River Dreyfus. Caldwell down low on the wing. Was Boyd, back to Caldwell, dribbles inside, looking to feed Gibson, loose ball, Gibson diving on the ground with De Jong. What's the referee's call? Well, got caught for the push. So Auckland will go to the free throw line. Big 6'10" Levick checks back in. Also number 22 for the Orcs, Kia. Well, Levick can't come in until Gibson has the free throw. And he converts 42-27. Now we'll see the big Skylab coming in shortly. Waikato up by 15. Who would have thought? The playoff for 5th and 6th at the Owen Nationals. Oh, tussle between Kia and Evans. He runs rings around them. Baseline feedback and then underneath from the paint was Junior De Jong. 44-27. The margin 17. 3:48 remaining till half-time. Waikato piling on the pressure. Oliver White, number 11, set to check in for Waikato. Caldwell. Kia. Oh, whistle. No bucket for Daniel Boyd. Charging foul called against the Aucklanders. Caleb Armstrong, number 12, checks out for Waikato. Checking in number 11, Oliver White. He's a bit of a three-point specialist for the Moolahs. 3:33 remaining till half-time. Well, what answers can Auckland provide here? They haven't been able to feed their big. Waikato up by 17. Coach Caslow Evans Senior so far used 8 players. Waikato have still got 2 6'5" bigs that haven't had any minutes yet. Of course, as you realise, for all these kids around the country, there's a lot of fundraising that is needed. So Waikato just want to thank Nemesis and Captivated Terriers for their support of the team. Here's the Auckland boys, a bit shell-shocked, down by 17. Now, on my program, it says Coach Jason Crummer, but I actually think this is Aaron Young, the coach. Just hasn't gone their way, Auckland. They got outclassed by the Cantabs in the quarterfinals. And then in the semi for 5 to 8, Auckland were just outclassed Tauranga. But they've found a bit of a brick wall in this Waikato outfit. Now there's the supporters of both Waikato and Auckland, the parents. Happy Waikato supporters at the moment, up by 17. 33 seconds remaining till half-time. Griffin to inbound. There's Caslow Evans, had a stunning tournament, the Waikato point guard. Based in St Kitts in Auckland, won a scholarship to St Kitts. He's played for the under-13s, under-15s and under-17s Waikato, but found a new home in St Kitts, Auckland. Has Mr Evans, number 5, the point guard, the captain for Waikato. Heel inbound. 3 minutes 20 remaining. Something's got to happen for Auckland. The big three of Satan, Boyd and Levick just haven't got it going. Waikato have had all the answers on the Auckland big three. Evans to inbound. Gets the on board from Griffin. And from 3 behind the arc, Junior Young, Waikato. Can you believe it? Their lead is 20. 3 minutes remaining until half-time. Waikato turning up the heat. No one would have picked this. Cornwall. The little floater. Cornwall. The Skylab. Levick got the rebound but couldn't put the putback. Oh, Auckland lucky. They'll get another piece of the action. Well, Levick, the 6'10", has been very quiet for Auckland. Here's Daniel Boyd from downtown. No love for Auckland. Griffin. Oh, loose ball. Auckland will get a bonus possession. 2:48 remaining. Auckland, can they cook something up? They need a run. They need some momentum. They've just got to execute. They've got the biggest under-17 in the country to feed. It's time to feed Levick Kerr. Kia to inbound. Daniel Boyd. Here's the 6'10". Feeds inside. Gibson did well to keep it in play. Caldwell. Auckland still can't find their radar. Evans kicks it out to Griffin. Thought about 3. He's got, well, drives inside. Kicks it out to Ezra Smiler. Got it. Waikato hit 50. 23 points the margin. Auckland have gone stone cold from the field at the moment. Here's Kia. Caldwell. Kia feeding Gibson underneath. He's got the 6'7" in his way. Here's Levick Kerr, 6'10", bangs it off the glass. Oh, boy, did Auckland need that. 49-29. Levick underneath. He's just got to park himself there all day and just get the Aucklanders to feed him. That's the only way they're going to stop the Waikato trap. Here's Evans. Gibson with the rebound. Kia behind the back dribble. Trying to run the show here. Waves Cornwall away. Feeds Daniel Boyd. Got the screen from Gibson. Boyd from the top of the key. Got it. Well, there's 4 unanswered points for Auckland. 49-31. Less than a minute 20 remaining till half-time. Smiler. Oh, the little goose step, the Euro step from Smiler. Got his own rebound, got the tip back. Fed out to Evans from behind the arc. Less than a minute remaining. Waikato up by 18. Satan to check in for Auckland. Satan with a little floater. Draws the foul. Tan will go to the line. Boy, this is a shell-shock result coming into half-time. Waikato up by 18. Big Akiva Griffin checks out for Waikato. Number 12, Caleb Armstrong checks back in. On the floor with number 15, Jericho Nanoa Chase, one of the 6'5" bigs from the bench. He's going to get a few moments before half-time as Nanoa Chase. Satan from the stripe reduces the gap to 16. Here's big Jerry Nanoa Chase. Smiler. Got the screen from Jerry. Smiler, left-hand finger roll, and 1. Waikato hit 50. Oh, did Ezra enjoy that one? (51-33). Who would have thought? Waikato up by 18, putting on a clinic here in the first half at the NZ. Gibson to inbound. These Aucklanders are good. They've dominated a lot. They've had a great competition with Harbour and Waitakere in the Auckland zone. Oh, the reverse layup by Satan. Beautiful, exquisite. 52-35 to margin 17. One more possession for Waikato as we approach half-time. Evans got Boyd in his face. Here's Oliver White. Back to Evans. Satan. Underneath. Oh, the big 6'10" on Ezra Smiler cleans up. Fast break here. Satan with the uncontested layup finger roll. Less than a second remaining. 52-37. And that's half time. Waikato leading 52-37. We'll come back shortly with the second half. The Mooloos in the Battle of the Bombays here at the Aon Nationals, leading by 52-17. Back shortly. Welcome back to the Aon Nationals. This is the under-17 playoff for 5th and 6th between Waikato in red and the blue and whites of Auckland, who are shell-shocked. The Waikatos have dominated this game. And of course, so much good basketball to look forward to today. And of course, the Tall Blacks at the World Champs in China, looking forward to that one as well. So just recapping what's coming up throughout the day with our coverage, and we'll be going live on Sky a little later for the under-17s grand finals. At 3 o'clock, we've got the girls' big showdown between Waikato and Hutt Valley, and then the under-17 boys' big showdown between Canterbury and Waitakere. That's 4:45. But before that, straight after this game, the girls' 3rd and 4th playoff, and that's between Otago and the North Harbour coached Dylan Boucher girls. Old Dylan, who would have loved his girls to make the final, so they're in the 3rd and 4th playoff. That game's at 10:45, and then the 3rd and 4th for the under-17 boys, Wellington and Harbour. That's set to go at 12:30. Waikato dominating this game in pre-season. Auckland won both of their games, but Waikato have turned up the heat. They've found a way to shut down the big three of Auckland, Satan, Boyd, and 6'10" Levick. So can the Auks find something? Who's going to provide the inspiration? They're going to play catch-up in this game. Waikato, of course, with their two New Zealand internationals, Junior de Jong, number 14, and big Akiva Griffin, number 4. Doing a lot of damage underneath the Waikato. They'll be enjoying this one. A little bit of Bombay revenge for 5th and 6th. All right, Satan from the top for Auckland. He's going to be the one to lead the comeback. Feeding Daniel Boyd, Satan kicks it out to Samuel Chad. There's Boyd underneath. Caleb Landon, number 6. There's Satan, oh, beautiful. Swapped hands, that guy can shoot with both hands, he's cool. 52-39. Auckland start the second half. They're going to need a launch and comeback. Akiva Griffin banks in on his New Zealand teammate. Feeds underneath Dan Dobson, loose ball. Daniel Boyd picks up the dregs. Always good to see the two bigs go head-to-head. Satan, of course, has played for New Zealand as well. Oh, what a bucket. Auckland, 5 unanswered points. Here comes the comeback, 52-42. Well, they've come out of the gate, the Auks. They're shocked. Waikato have dominated. At one stage, Waikato led by 20. The margin's now 10. Caslow Evans. On ball from Griffin. Evans from behind the arc. Got it. Caslow Evans. Waikato's lead back to 13. Oh, feeding underneath Daniel Boyd. Oh, both teams come out of the gate looking good. Execution spot on. Auckland reduce the gap to 11. Waikato, here's Griffin at the top. Evans. Griffin sets the string. Evans with the little jumper from the baseline, picked up by Landon. The rebound, Daniel Boyd. For 3 is Samuel John. No love there. Dobson. This game's starting to open up. Evans from one wing to the other, feeds de Jong. Griffin. Evans at the top, got Chang in his face. Got the screen from Dobson. Feeding underneath, Smiler. Griffin, oh, beautiful ball from Waikato. Lovely ball rotation, 57-44, the margin 13. Well, both teams have been clinical in the second half. Oh, stunning, Satan from way downtown. Both teams putting on an exhibition to start the second half. 57-47, the margin 10. At the top, Smiler. On the mid-range jumper, nailed it, Smiler, and what? Got hit and still executed. Beautiful, Ezra Smiler. We've seen near perfect b-ball in the second half. Both teams putting on a clinic at the moment of shooting. 59-47, Waikato up. That extends the lead by 1. Smiler converts the three-point play. deflected out by Smiler. Of course, Ezra Smiler, another Hamilton Boys High product, one of 4 in the Waikato team. Rivers. Boyd from the left wing. Picked up by De Jong. Loose ball. Waikato will inbound. Good defense there from Boyd. Waikato still with his healthy buffer of 13 points. At one stage it was 20. Auckland have pulled back 7. Here's Evans on Boyd. Feeds Griffin. Underneath, Dan Dobson. Deflected back to Evans. Won't drop. Auckland now have got the pill. Boyd driving in. Boyd off the glass. Daniel Boyd, son of Adrian Showtime Boyd, of course, who played in the National League for the Auckland Stars. Oh, Dan would have loved that. Of course, Adrian Boyd used to be a jester for the Breakers. Oh, 3 points from De Jong. We've only seen one missed bucket in the second half. The shooting's been fantastic from both teams. 63-49. Here's Satan with the floater. Got it. Oh, wow. And these guys are only playing for 5th and 6th. Outlet pass. Here's Smiler with the reverse layup. Oh, Auckland caught back door. You see Satan saying, where's our transition defense? All right, forget about it. Let's go. 65-51. Rivers got trapped. Managed to feed. Satan did well to stay in play. Satan. Here's Boyd for 3. Rims out. Griffin with the rebound. Big Akiva. 6'7" Akiva. Will he go coast to coast? Satan says, no, you won't. Well, Satani's not happy. He's remonstrating with his teammates. That transition D's disappeared for Auckland. Waikato 65-51. Auckland reduced the gap, but they just can't get it down to single digits at the moment. There's Akiva Griffin, part of that New Zealand team under 18s that lost to the Aussies by 1 point after beating Australia in the round robin. Big Akiva almost got Waikato home against Waitakere. Gets 1 from 2. Akiva 66-51. The shooting from both teams in the second half, well, 90%. Here's Caldwell. Feeds Satan from the left edge. Oh, rims out. Underneath. Big Levitt got it. Oh, he couldn't convert. And the little floater from Caleb Landon. Auckland 53. The margin 13 points. They need a stop. They need a run. Waikato still got that double-digit buffer. Here's Griffin. Banks in on the Skylab, kicks it out to De Jong. Evans directing traffic. Another foul on Satan. Well, he's rattled, number 7. Aucklander, he's the kingpin for them. He normally runs the show. Things not going all his way. Now, look, we've got... oh, the coach saying, what's going on? Was that... You're always going to see this in these 50-50 calls. Oh, the referees, it's a hard job. (53-66). Auckland's got to believe that they can make the comeback. Waikato have dominated from start right through till midway through the third term. And Satan's been given a breather, and to be honest, he's been amped, he's been frustrated. So they're going to give him a bit of time out. The Auckland playmaker. All right, here's Griffin banking in on Leverkirk. Griffin with the little floater. Loose ball. Oh, it's a bubble ball. Daniel Dobson got 2 or 3 hands to it. Gets possession for his captain. Here's Caslow from the left wing. Suddenly, this wonderful perimeter shooting from both teams has got a little cold. It was too good to be true to last, wasn't it, man? We've seen some fantastic shooting in this one. Kia at the top. On the left wing is Daniel Boyd. Got it. Remember, these kids are only 15 and 16 years of age. Daniel Boyd. The margin back to 10. Evans for three. Got it. Oh, you gotta love the shooting. (69-56), Daniel Boyd. Cornwall. Landon. Kia from the right wing. Another three-point bomb. (69-59), the margin back to 10. Auckland keep knocking on the door. Can they get it down to single digits? Here's Evans. Oh, I think I got... Wow, he did well to keep it in play. That was stunning from Evans. I thought that was out. Evans. Dion drives in on the big, kicks it out. Oh, travel. Yep, there were steps, Junior. Junior James de Jong, of course, one of the two New Zealand internationals in the Waikato team. Oh, the Aucklanders, they're fired up. Trailing by 10. Still knocking on the door. Kia to bring it up. Can they reduce the margin? There's something, that psychological barrier of getting it under 10. Here's Daniel Boyd, drives in. Oh, rejected by Akiva Griffin, bounce pass. Here's Oliver White, back to Evans off the glass, the putback. Oh no, missed. Another chance, Smiler underneath. Oh, bubble ball deflected by Evans, Oliver White. Well, that's one way to score a bucket. Waikato at about 3 second chance attempts. Oliver White cleans up for Waikato. Kia, baseline, kicks it across to Daniel Boyd. Whistle. Oh, some fun underneath for Waikato at the other end. 71-59, the margin 12. Still, Auckland's in the hunt. 2.5 remaining until the three-quarter time. So the next game coming up straight after this at 10:45 is the playoff for third and fourth. This is the under-17 girls between Otago and Harbour, and then the under-17 boys playoff for third and fourth between Wellington and Harbour. That's set to go at 12:30. And then the two big finals, the girls at 3 o'clock, the boys at 4:45. Kia inside to Landon. Oh, tried to give and go deflection. Wellington, or rather Auckland, will have possession. Landon feeds the big, the Skylab underneath, Levitt Kerr. Auckland back to 10. Subs in, who's checking in? Kerr will check out. Cornwall comes back in for Auckland. Waikato up by 10, Auckland still hanging around. There's Evans, feeds Oliver White at the top. Oliver White! Oh, beautiful! Oliver White, the three-point specialist for Waikato off the bench, 74-61. Just when Auckland threatened to get it down to single figures. Waikato's leads now back to 13. Here's Cornwall, front run picked up by the 6'10" Skylab, rejected by Griffin. White. Oh, travel. Auckland will get a bonus possession here, treble. .138 remaining till three-quarter time. The Ion Nationals, the under-17s, the battle for 5th and 6th. This is the battle in the Bombays. Here's Daniel Boyd. Driving to the hoops, Cody Brown draws the foul. So it'll be Corbell to inbound for Auckland. Feeds Daniel Boyd. Oh, he stepped out. Unlucky Daniel Boyd. Waikato slowing it down. We've had a feast of outstanding perimeter shooting in this third quarter. Here's Evans. Oliver White. Oh, Boyd got a hand in there. Oliver White gets it back. Here's Evans with the floater. He'll go to the stripe. Just sorry, we don't have the stats on who's got what number of fouls. We'll have those more comprehensive stats for the finals. Caslow Evans, the St Kitts-based Waikato captain. Waikato extend their lead to 14. At one stage they led by 20. Auckland have done well. They've clawed their way back, but Waikato seem to find a way just to keep that double-digit buffer. Corbell on the left wing. Well, was that a double dribble? Not sure what happened there, but Corbell be a turnover, Waikato ball. 1 minute remaining till three-quarter time. Waikato up by 14. We haven't seen the big comeback we're expecting from the Hawks. Here's Oliver White, who's had the hot hand with two massive threes. Back to Kevin Griffin. Banking in on Skylab. Oh, Levick says, give it to me. Big pass from Levick. Corbell, goose step, the Euro step. Corbell, unlucky. Landon underneath. Daniel Dobson with the swat. I think that call, though, is going to be on number 11, Oliver White. Yeah, Oliver White with the reach-in foul. At the line, Caleb Landon for Auckland. At one stage, Waikato were up by 20. Auckland got it back to 10. The margin currently 13. Dan Dobson with the rebound for Waikato. 2 possessions remaining in this game until the three-quarter break. Here's Caslow. No love this time. 16 seconds, 1 possession left for Auckland. Cody Brown checks out for Auckland. What can Auckland do? Can they get a precious bucket just to go into the final quarter with a little bit of momentum? They've still got to believe. Boyd, Sitan was cutting just as Boyd threw up the pass. Turnover. So Waikato got 4 seconds. Here we go. The shot from half court. Here it comes from Evans. Not a bad effort. Waikato 75-62. The lead by 13. The Aon Nationals. This is the playoff for 5th and 6. Waikato still calling the tune. We'll be back shortly for the final quarter. This is the Aon Nationals, the playoff for 5th and 6th at the Auckland's NSEC on the North Shore. Waikato have led pretty much from start to finish against the Auks. I'm Dobbo, we're way up in the comm box here. Court number 2 looking down on a wonderful venue here at the NSEC for the Nationals. Of course, we've got 4 more games coming up later this afternoon. If you've just joined our coverage, straight after this is the girls' 3rd and 4th playoff set to go at 10:45 between Otago and North Harbour. And then we've got the boys under 17 playoff for 3rd and 4th between Wellington and Harbour as well. And then the 2 big finals, 3 o'clock this afternoon. The big under 17 girls showdown by Waikato, who finished 2nd last year. They want to go one better. They're up against Hutt Valley. And then the big boys under 17 final between Canterbury and Waitakere. That's set to go at 4:45. Our coverage live on Sky, pop-up 4 at 4:30. So Waikato throughout this game have been able to have a double-digit lead. Auckland have tried, got as close as 10 at one stage. Loose ball picked up by Sitan, fast break Auckland. He's got Cornwall who'll take it to the hoop. Cornwall! Just what Auckland needed. The margin's still 11 points in Waikato's favour. Here's Ezra Smiler. Ezra at the top, got the screen from Griffin. Whistle. A hand in there, so Waikato to inbound. In fact, we'll... Here we go, Evans to inbound for Waikato. We've got, for Waikato, Dobson, White, Griffin, Smiler, and Evans. Here's Oliver White from the left wing. No love, Dan Dobson underneath. Loose ball picked up by Boyd. Here's Cornwall again. Got some traffic this time. Cornwall, beautiful. 2 unanswered buckets for Auckland. Toby Cornwall, number 31 for the Auks, with back-to-back buckets as we start the 4th quarter. Here's Ezra Smiler to the hoop. Oliver White picks up the dregs. He's pinged in the corner, did well. Dan Dobson feeds Smiler underneath, banks in. Kicks it out. Here's Oliver White. Griffin driving in the 6'7" big. Griffin banks it off the window. Waikato back to that 11-point buffer. Auckland came out of the gate with back-to-back buckets. Here's Sitan at the top, directing traffic. Sitan got Dobson in his face, puts it up. Dobson with the rebound. Evans. Here we go, 11 points. You know that they're going to turn up the heat. Auckland, surely. Evans trying to go coast to coast. Picked off by Landon. Sitan. 11 points in it. Daniel Boyd, Sitan. Back to Boyd. Got Smiler in front of him. Oh, the outlet pass from Levick. Sitan thought about 3. Here's Cornwall. Loose ball picked up by Evans. Auckland, they had a good look. They had a good look, just couldn't execute on that rotation. Evans. Oh, the little floater. Caslow Evans, Jr. 79-66. He shot the lights out this tournament, has Caslow. Junior de Jong about to check in, the New Zealand international for Waikato. Sitan, big look for 3, got it. Beautiful. Oh, from well behind the arc. 79-69, the margin back to 10. You know Auckland have the firepower, especially from perimeter, to make this game close. Now, that's the coach sitting down with his hand up was Aaron Young. So just a correction there. My program had Jason Crummer as the coach, but Aaron Young is definitely the Auckland coach. Here's Akiva Griffin. Okay, Waikato not executing to the level they were enjoying in the 3rd term. Here's Sitan from the top of the key. Underneath, Levick, the Skylab. Oh, yes, the fadeaway. Got a bit of rim love from the front and it dropped in. 79-71. This is the closest Auckland's been for some time. Well, Another turnover, Waikato. Auckland coming back with a rush. Caslow Senior says we need to talk about it. Remember, Waikato at one stage had a lead of 20. Auckland have trimmed the gap to 8. 6:48 remaining in the final turn. This is the playoff for 5th and 6th. Both teams were expected to make the top 4. It hasn't happened. The Battle of the Bombays, they're playing for pride. It's not every day you have the 5th place getter with 2 New Zealand players and the 6th place getter with 2 New Zealand players missing out on the top 4, but that's what's happened this year. Caslow Evans Senior laying down the law to Waikato. They've enjoyed a 20-point lead and now it's been reduced to 8. Auckland starting to feed their big. Levitt Kerr, 6'10". Waikato have been in a couple of barn burners. They had a heartbreaking loss to Waitakere in the quarterfinals, 67-66. Auckland, well, they've won well and they've lost well. They've had big wins in their pool play, but were outclassed by Canterbury. There's Aaron Young talking to his troops. He wants it. You can see the passion in these coaches. Even though they're playing for 5th and 6th, they've got the firepower, have Auckland. They've beaten Waikato twice already this year. So on the court for Auckland, we've got Caldwell, Kerr, Satan, Boyd, and Landon. For Waikato, Griffin's just checked out, the big 6'7". All right, Auckland. Here's Daniel Boyd. Feeds Levitt Kerr inside. Satan on the edge. Levitt banging in on Daniel Dobson. Levitt Kerr, 6'10" skyscraper. We've got some big kids in the under-17s. He's one of them. Of course, looking forward to seeing the grand final where T. Wynyard, they call him Whopper, 6'8", about 125 kegs. He's going to be playing in the grand final for Waitakere. Just an inch or two shorter than this man, Levitt Kerr. The gap now down to 7. Auckland chipping away at this Waikato lead. Evans got Caldwell in his face. Evans, Caldwell, all over him. Evans, stutter step. Oh, tried to feed Dobson inside, picked off by Auckland, another turnover. Here comes the Auks. Oh, Caldwell had it, lost it, Waikato ball. Satan, look at him, he's jumping up and down, remonstrating. There was an opportunity for 2 and Auckland blew it. Oh, you can see the passion in these kids. Both teams want it. Dion. Waikato with 4 of their starting 5. We see Caleb Armstrong check back and Daniel got a deflection back to Smiler. Couldn't execute. Levitt picks up the dregs. Here's Satan. Number 7, Satan's like a Energizer bunny, this kid. He's just going to go all day. Satan kicks it out to Boyd. Back to Caldwell. Here's Daniel Boyd driving into the paint. Daniel Boyd with a floater. Loose ball. Landon picks up the rebound. Swatted by Dobson. He got a piece of it. But somehow, Caleb Landon found a way. 2 points to gut the match. So the margin now 5 points. 79-74. Auckland turning up the heat. Waikato haven't scored for some time. Evans trying to go coast to coast. Oh, Caleb Armstrong just knocks it out of play. Big comeback from Auckland at one stage down by 20. 5 minutes remaining. We got a barn burner here at the NSEC on Auckland's North Shore, the playoff for 5th and 6th. This is the Ion Nationals. Both teams thought they were going to make the top 4. It's extraordinary that both teams missed out. Here's Big Levitt, tries to bank it off the glass. Levitt, the Skylab 6'10" kid. He's the biggest New Zealander in the under-17s. Loose ball, Auckland, second chance. Oh, Caleb Armstrong, what have we got? Call. Well, pushing charge. Well, Waikato, there's Caslow Senior. He's out of his seat. He had a 20-point lead at one stage. Waikato with possession. For a minute there, I thought that was Auckland's ball. Caslow got the screen from De Jong. Oh, Boyd tried to smack it out of Caslow's hands. A little love off the front rim. Well, Waikato needed that. It's been a while since they scored. 81-74, the margin now 7. Caldwell, Satan, running traffic. You know they're going to try and feed them back. That's an outrageous shot from Satan, well from behind the arc. All right, Evans directing traffic. Evans for 3. Well, came up well short there. Bounce pass from Satan, finds Boyd, backs in on Dobson. Dobson swats it out of Boyd. Oh, great D Waikato, but the number 6 of Caleb Landon got a vital touch for Auckland. And he'll go to the line. Caleb Landon, desperate D from Waikato. Had it, lost it. 74-81, 3:57 remaining. This is the playoff for 5th and 6th. We've got the playoffs for 3rd and 4th, and of course the big finals later this afternoon. Now thanks to Sky Sport, who will be covering the finals live on Pop-Up 4. Landon at the strike. Can he reduce the gap back to 6? No, Dan Dobson got the rebound. This is the closest Auckland's been for some time. Evans got the screen from Armstrong. Evans with the floater, got it. Oh, beautiful. Waikato back up by 9. Boyd, Satan, banking in. Oh, now he did a wraparound. Now, well, he says it counts. And 1. I'm not sure if that was really in the act of shooting. Big Levitt Kerr. New Zealand under 16 nationals. Of course, New Zealand, of course, had that heartbreaking loss to the Aussies last year in the under 16s. Now at the under 17 levels, we'll expect to see Big Levitt in national colours a little bit later. Timeout, Aaron Young. Wow, the blood's pumping. They were down by 20. Now it's only 7 points. It's pretty simple, really. Feed Levitt. Aaron Young hasn't lost to Waikato this year. He doesn't want to lose at the Nationals to then southern neighbours. I wonder what Caslow Evans is thinking at the Waikato bench right now, just seeing this lead evaporate. 3:40 remaining, plenty of time for Auckland to steal it. There's Caslow. Of course, Caslow Evans played in the National League. Of course, we've got a number of coaches who played in the National League. For Tauranga, Tony Webster played in the National League. And of course, Ed Book with the Canterbury team in the grand final. 7-foot Ed played for New Zealand, naturalised American. So it's wonderful seeing these former New Zealand Tall Blacks giving back coaching at this level. Levitt Kerr at the line, the margin 7. If you ever get a chance to come on down to the NSEC. You're going to see some kids bigger than the All Blacks. This is one of them, 6'10", Levitt Kerr. We're at the NSEC on Auckland's North Shore. Dan Dobson with the rebound. Precious board for Waikato. Here comes the half-court trap from Auckland, Daniel Dobson. He takes it up the power forward, gives it to De Jong, caught it at his feet. Evans. Oh, Smiler was open on the wing. Setting the screen was Caleb Armstrong. And I think that was an illegal screen. He's been caught for some contact. Yeah, block. Oh dear. Waikato, unnecessary turnover. Opens the door once again from Auckland. There's Aaron Young. He's all pumped. Firing the instructions from the sideline for his team. You know this is going to get close. You can just feel it. Caldwell. Landon drives in on Smiler. Landon. Oh, Smiler, great D. Great D from Ezra Smiler. It's getting tight. Waikato have been in so many tight games where there have been heartbreaking losses. Surely it's not going to happen a third time. Oh, Evans ran into the Skylab. Kicks it out to Junior De Jong. Drives inside. De Jong lost his feet. Draws the foul. Oh, these coaches have got plenty to say to the refs. Oh, you got to love this game. They're getting animated both benches. Junior De Jong, based in the Thames Valley, misses the first, the New Zealand international. Oh, the pressure takes the big breaths. Junior James De Jong getting it the second. Oh, Levick, the 6'10", picks it off. Here we go. 7 points, 2:47, 2:44 remaining. Corball. Here's Satan driving in with the floater. That was hopeful. Oh, the big 6'10". And one. Armstrong got caught for another foul. Akiva Griffin, the 6'7" New Zealand international, is going to be called back in. The margin 5 with Levick to try and convert a 3-point play. Here comes the squeeze from Auckland. So Armstrong got caught for 2 quick fouls. So number 4, Akiva Griffin checks back in. Levick to reduce it to 4. Got it. Here we go, down the stretch, 2.5 remaining, the margin 4 points. De Jong to inbound. Auckland with the press. Akiva did well to beat his man on the dribble. Here's Smiler, thought about 3. Smiler banks into the big. Oh, Levick, those big levers just picked it out of Smiler's hands as he went for the rebound. Here's Boyd, Daniel Boyd for 3. The margin now 1 point. Oh, what a comeback from Auckland. They were down by 20, the margin now 1. 2 minutes remaining. Here we go, we got another barn burner at the NSEC. Evans with the floater. Oh, Evans. He scored a majority of Waikato's points, got the perfect screen. Aaron Young can't believe it. Waikato back up by 3. Corball back inside to the big Levick. He's going to go on his New Zealand teammate, and he beats Griffin off the glass. What's the score? 1 point in at 85-84. I can't remember the last time Auckland had the lead. They're down by 1. Evans draws the foul. 1:28 remaining. This is the Aon National Champs, and believe it or not, this is only the playoff for 5th and 6th. Both these teams expected to get in the top 4. Heartbreaking losses. The battle of the Bombays. These kids playing for pride. Here's Caslow Senior talking to his New Zealand shooting guard. Evans, who's had a whale of a tournament. From the stripe, the margin 2 points. Waikato still with their noses in front. Caslow delivers the second. 87-84, 1:28. Timeout. This is why we love this game. 20 points. You can never say 20 points is enough, and Auckland have got it back to within 3. Big finish coming up at the NSEC. The Aon Nationals. So just a reminder, of course, we've got 5 games throughout the day, and we're going to do the big finals on Sky Sport Pop-Up 4. So just quickly looking at the schedule for the rest of the day. Coming up next at 10:45, we've got the girls under 17s playoff for 3rd and 4th between Otago and Harbour. Of course, the Dylan Boucher coached Harbour girls missed out on the final. The 3rd and 4th playoff under 17s for the boys is at 12:30. And then the 2 big finals this afternoon. Waikato girls versus Hunt Valley. The Mooloos, of course, runners-up last year, desperate to do one better this year. You can see the girls under 17 final at 3 o'clock. And then the boys under 17 at 4:45 tip-off. Our live coverage starts at 4:30. That's between Canterbury and Waitakere. The Canterbury coach team, of course, Ed Book, the big 7-footer who played for New Zealand, came over from the States, became a naturalised American, joined the Tall Blacks as their one naturalised player. Ed Book coaching the Cantabs. They've had a great run through this tournament up against the Sean Nance coached Waitakere who had the stolen from Waikato in the dying seconds by 1 point. Waikato have been easily the closest team to our two finalists, and yet they're playing off for 5th and 6th. Here we go. 87-84. Dying stages of this one. Sitan. 1 minute 25 remaining. Auckland down by 20 at one stage to reduce the gap to 3. Daniel Boyd, he's got Evans in his face. Boyd back to Cornwall. Evans, Evans got a piece of it. Cornwall did well to drag it back in. Cornwall driving to the hook, tries to kick it out to the big. Oh, bodies underneath, picked up by Junior Dion. Junior Dion, great D, Waikato. A minute to go, they're up by 3. Waikato, they've been down the stretch all this tournament. They know what these finishes are like. They've got their nose in front. Akiva Griffin rolls round the rim, won't drop. Levick with the rebound. Sitan feeds Boyd. You know he can shoot threes. We might go to OT, you never know. Here's Sitan. Cornwall for 3! Off the rim. Oh, sensational ball from Dan Dobson. What a time to pull that one out. Dan Dobson for Waikato. 31 seconds remaining. Auckland need a stop. They're going to foul, surely. There comes the foul, Daniel Boyd. What a finish. What a finish. Sitan, oh, so close. Auckland, 26 seconds remaining. Evans will go to... I've got a big shout out for Caslow Evans. He's had a whale of a tournament. It's a bit hard to impress the New Zealand selectors in the 5th and 6th, but gee, he deserves a shot in the New Zealand team. We got a timeout surely. No. Waikato talking about it. What's happening here? Oh, is that a T? It must be a T. Wow, what a time to give up a technical. What a time to give up a technical. Unfortunately, our cameras didn't capture it. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for Auckland. Or is it? Okay. Just getting ahead of myself here. All right, Evans at the stripe. Waikato up by 4. If he pops this, it's going to be virtually impossible for Auckland. Surely that's going to ice it for Waikato. (89-84), Caslow. Here's Levick. Auckland, they need 2 3-point bombs to steal it. Cornwall runs into Evans. Clock counting down, 22 seconds. Here's Cornwall, someone's going to have to shoot. Cornwall goes to the hoop, banks it in. 14 seconds still remaining. 86-89. Timeout this time. Oh, 10 seconds. It's Waikato's to lose. Waikato's to lose. They've got possession. What a comeback from Auckland. They've kept the Mooloos honest. The battle in the Bombays, the playoff for 5th and 6th at the Ion Nationals. We're loving this. And of course, we've got some big games this afternoon. I'm just going to take this quick swig here. My gosh, the old throat's a bit dry, and this is only for 5th and 6th. Okay. What can Aaron Young, the Auckland coach, cook up? They need a stop. They need a stop, Auckland, and then somehow get possession. A 3-pointer to force OT. It's still possible. It's not mission impossible, it's mission improbable, but I've seen some funny things happen in b-ball. Caslow Evans, they won't want to go home losing this one. Not from this position, not after 2 heartbreakers. Heartbreaker to Waitakere, heartbreaker to Canterbury, both are in the final. Here we are for 5th and 6th, and to be honest, Waikato and Auckland should have been in the top 4. Crazy how it's panned out. Okay, Waikato to inbound, up by 3. 12.3 on the clock. It's Waikato's to lose. You know the foul's coming real quick. Trapped is Evans. Now he's only got to convert one of these to ice it. Surely. Caslow Evans, there's your man of the match right there. He only needs one to ice it. but if he misses, it leaves the door of hope ajar for Auckland. Waikato's got their starting five all back together. Here's Kaslow. That's it, surely. Who knows? 4 points now. 8:09 left. 8.9 left. And the second. 5 points. Another timeout. Well, Waikato needing to do what they need to do. Just keeping that out of the three-point range for Auckland. They've got well, they need a miracle now. 5 points. It's going to take something miraculous or something stupid for Auckland to snatch this one. For Waikato, as they reflect on this championship, it's been what could have been. They had Canterbury in their pool, 74 all in the dying seconds. They lost that one. Crossover in the quarterfinals, Waitakere. They led for most of the game, only to lose 67-66. That was a heartbreaker. Here's the Auks. A lot of discussion about the Auckland team. The guard heavy. The B team have a lot more bigs. But for whatever reason, Coach Aaron Young decided he wanted to go with more guards. Of course, Levick's the biggest big of all at 6'10". Bit of discussion amongst the Auckland parents as to perhaps the Aucklanders should have had one more guard from the Bs come up just for the boards. Well, hindsight's always 20/20. And somehow Auckland and Waikato missed out on the top four. But we're not taking it away from Wellington, of course, the defending champions. They're playing in the third and fourth. They'll be up against Harbour, the hosts. Here we go, Auckland, can we see something special? Now, whose possession? Well, Auckland, lucky, had it, lost it, but they've got the ball back. 5 points. We've already seen Satan shoot some big bombs. Someone's going to have to bomb away here and then get a stop. Well, they're going to have Levick inside. Here's Daniel Boyd for three. Got it! Well, can you believe it? There's only 2.3 seconds. Waikato only have to hold on. Daniel Boyd has just given them a glimmer of hope. A glimmer of hope. 2 seconds. I love these finishes. That's wonderful. 91-89. 2.1 left on the clock. Daniel Boyd. Adrian Showtime Boyd's kid. Of course, Adrian Boyd, he runs clinics in Florida. The Boyd Boilers, the Boyd Ballers. Now, Young giving his instructions. Smiler. Okay, now from a Auckland perspective, they need Smiler to miss. From a Waikato perspective, surely Smiler can put it beyond doubt if this goes in. But Auckland have fought tooth and nail from 20 points down. At one stage, they got it to within one. This surely to ice it if it goes in. He's done it. He's done it. Ezra Smiler from Hamilton Boys High. Auckland. There it is. The Moolus win the Battle of the Bombays. 93-89. What a comeback from Auckland. Waikato hang on. Fantastic game. It's the first time Waikato have beaten Auckland this year. Wonderful game, wonderful advertisement for under-17 b-ball. Oh, that'll make the trip home just a little bit sweeter for Waikato. Kaslow Evans, Ruben Waihi, the support staff, Paulie Smiler. There we have it. Waikato victors over Auckland and our playoff for 5th and 6th. All right, what's coming up? What's coming up? Next, we've got the girls' 3rd and 4th playoff at 10:45. And, of course, that features the hosts, Harbour against Otago. Straight after that, we've got the boys' 3rd and 4th at 12:30. That features Wellington, the defending champs, also against Harbour. And then the two big finals this afternoon, 3 o'clock, Wellington. 3 o'clock, Waikato against Hutt Valley for the girls under-17s. And then the boys under-17s, the big one, Canterbury against Waitakere. But Waikato have done enough, holding off Auckland. My name's Dobbo. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to your company throughout the day. I'll be back for the two finals. Over and out from the NSEC. If you want to see some great, fantastic b-ball, come down to Auckland's North Shore Event Centre. We'll catch you later throughout the day. Our next game's set to go at 10:45.